Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast. It's a brand new episode, and it's a brand new year, bro. It's January 1. You feel me? Like it's 2023. It is no longer 2022. It is 2023. And so I am sad to announce that I am the same BeBall Jones, and that's the same Nelson Haskin, but it's a new year. You feel me? Same podcast, same people, but it's a new year. So what's up, Nelson? Everything good?
Man, everything's good. Excited for the new year, but unfortunately, we are the same. The same people Jones, same does asking. It's funny because my homeboy, it's funny, everybody. My homeboy told this joke the other day, not the other day, some years ago that I stole. I kind of took it from. I say it every year now. And he texted us, he texted a couple of us in the group chat, and it was like, "Happy New Year, y'all boys. Let's be the same terrible people we were last year." I be using that now every. But I'm good. I'm just excited for the new year, new opportunities, and just. But I'm still worried about this season. So trying to finish that strong. But yeah, man. What about you, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm doing pretty great, honestly, man. Like I'm not a big fan of the New Year, New Me, or the New Year's resolution. So waiting to the New Year to start all the new stuff. I'm not a fan of that. But there is something to be said about the energy of the new year. Um, like I can't deny that. Like I can't move on like it's just a normal old week or it's a normal day. Like, there's a little energy of a new beginning, like we have for a whole new year. So um, had a great Christmas, man. Like I've been in a good space, just chilling with the family and stuff, man. So just excited for what to see what 2023 got for me, man. But everything's good, man.
Yeah, man, that's good. Glad you got to enjoy your Christmas. I enjoyed mine. It was okay. Smaller than usual, but still enjoyed it. Got to see my folks. Got to eat some good food. Brought the good food back to
Mhm.
school, which is not the most important thing, but it's definitely up there.
It's
And
up there.
when you're in college, those of y'all that's in college, y'all know, like you got to get them to go place home,
Oh
especially if
yeah.
you're an athlete. Because I'm up here, no calf. Calf ain't open right now. So, they feed us a team, like give us coupons and stuff to eat, but like ain't nothing like, getting some real home cooked meals, especially when the calf ain't
Mhm.
open. So yeah,
Yeah.
but my college kids understand like that. That might not be the most important thing. You got family, family time, downtime, resting, taking your little break from
Mhm.
school, all that good stuff. Food. Need that. Out of the
Yeah.
old deal, I need that.
Yeah, I think food is, especially this time of year, it's high list. It's on the list for everybody. Like ain't no way. I mean, of course, families probably it should be number one for everybody. Getting a chance to take off of work and take off from school, it's up there. But food probably number three. I ain't gonna lie, food probably is number three for most people. Like
I'm trying to
it's
say.
definitely
Then we
up
just
there.
had Thanksgiving too. There's Thanksgiving then Christmas. So you get Thanksgiving food, couple like then almost exactly a month later you get Christmas food. Gotta have both. Super important.
I'll say the only downside is that they're too similar. Like you get this basically the same stuff a whole month later. So that's the only kind of like, unless you just really love that food, then
I
you
was just gonna
just
say, you know what, B, I'm all right with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. My auntie do make some real good ham. My daddy good at barbecue. My uncle good at smoking turkeys and junk like that. Everybody got their little specialties. And I be
Mhm.
telling them, hey, when I come home, I want some of your turkey, and I want some of your ham and some of your dressing, your mac and
Yep.
cheese. I'll be assigning things. Everybody be in place when I get back now. I tell you, man,
Yeah,
I need
man.
that.
So yeah, that food was sitting this year.
Mm.
I cannot complain about that on both events. So I'm over here. Might be heavy boy B by the next time y'all see me next year. So I'll be. But how was it 2022, man? If you could reflect on it, um, how could you summarize your year if you could? What would you say about 2022?
um, Man, to be real, 2022 had its ups and downs, as I feel like everything does. But I had some big ups and some big downs this past year. And so it. But in the end. looking back on it, everything, I feel like everything still, came together, comes together, for the better. And so, now we can get a little deeper in here. If that's all right with you.
I'm
um,
fine with it.
oh yeah, so I can kind of use this platform, and this is a good point in time to speak on it now that I'm kind of on the better side of it. But in the middle of 2022, as y'all all know, last year on Christmas Eve, we lost my teammate Ant. So that happened almost a year ago from this point in time. So a year ago at this time was very rough for me, to say the least.
Mhm.
You know, and then so we ended up having to, we lost a teammate. That was very hard. We come back together. We played, finished the season out. That was difficult to say the least. Playing without, not only a friend and our teammate, our brother, but he was also a good player. So he was a starter, did a lot of things for us. But we rallied, came together, and end up still winning 20 games, still made a playoff run, and still went to the NCAA tournament. So still, we worked it out. Um, but like I said, that was tough. Near the end of the season, which is this is something I never really spoke on here. Um, right before the end of the season, literally the end of the season, because I remember like yesterday, we lost an NCAA tournament to Queens University, and so that was the end of the season. That was it. My pops texts me, says, "Hey son, give me a call when you get the chance. Um, when you after the game, whatever." He said, "Give me a call when you get the chance, son." Now, my pops only do that for two reasons. All right, yeah, I know everybody here don't know my dad, obviously. My pops only do that for two reasons: somebody died, somebody living. So, like, something good didn't happen, and what I mean by that, something really good didn't happen, or something really bad that happened. So, ain't no telling which one it is. The way I'm feeling, the season just ended. I'm like, there's a lot of bad things happening right now, so I'm expecting the worst. Call my pops out of the game. He tells me that my grandma is sick. She's not doing very well. His mom, my grandma on his side, she's not doing very well. You might want to come home and see her. That's what he said. So that's when I knew. I was like, this is not good. So
Mhm.
I was planning on taking a couple of days off after we had lost because we was on spring break. Literally the day we lost in the NCAA tournament, we was on spring break that next week because that game was on Saturday. I want to say the next like we was on spring break that whole week. Next week, I was gonna take like 2 days off to like rest and recover and get over the loss. Instead, the next day we got home from Columbus. We got back to Columbus the next day. We came home. I came home, went in my room, packed my stuff, went home, went back to my mama's house. So I go be with my grandma for a while during spring break. And I did other things. I still, went and saw the people and stuff. But I got to spend time with my grandma. Came back to Columbus on Sunday. That Monday, my father called me, told me that my grandma had passed away. So that very next day. So that was tough, you know, like to say the least. So it was like Aunt on December 24th. 4 months later, January, February, March. 3 months later, yeah, almost four, because it was the end of March. It was my grandma. So it was a rough patch in life. And then the next week we had my grandma's funeral. We lay her to rest. Very tough, very sad, very emotional. The day we had my grandma's funeral, my old JUCO coach passed away, and I had
Mhm.
know nothing about him being sick or nothing. But I started getting text messages and stuff, people telling me that he had died. I put my phone down, turned my phone off. I was like, I don't want to. It's been a lot. I don't want to do this no more. Somebody, I remember Miss Tiffany, my old our team mama is what she was. Liz. She called me. I declined the call. I texted. I said I saw about Coach Suits. Uh, with all due respect, I don't want to talk about it right now. You know, I'd have been through a lot.
Mhm.
So cut my phone off. This was hands down. I can say that. Yeah, this is probably hands down the worst or roughest patch I'd have had in my life over a span of a couple months. You know what I'm saying? But as that happened, 2 weeks later, I want to say 2 weeks later, my nephew was born. My sister was
Mhm.
pregnant at the time. So she had my nephew, we call him Zach. His name is Zechariah. Everybody calls him Zach. Little Zach was born like 2 weeks after that. And boy, let me tell you, that's what the Lord knew because I needed it. Like I'm here in Columbus working at the Y when my folks call me tell me the baby's born. And I held back my tears because I was at work and I don't like other people to see me cry, but I was this close to crying because I was like, man, I felt like I was just losing people. Things was not going, the right way all the time. Like people was like leaving me. It's how I felt. And
Mm-hmm.
then my little nephew was born. So it felt like, dang, man, like something's been given to me. Like life has came into the world, and this is my family, obviously. And so I'm like, man, like my nephew. And one day I tell him this story when he old enough to understand. I feel like my nephew really like brought me out of that like
Mm-hmm.
bad place I was in. He very much helped me because I'm like, man, I finally something has come into the world, something good that came into the world. I done lost a lot the past couple months, but something that came into the world and made it a little bit better. So I love my nephew to death, man. Just to say the least, I love him to death. I take any opportunity to hug him and like love on him and stuff because like he don't know as a baby, he don't know what he did for me already. You know what I'm saying? But ever since then, ironically enough, ever since then, I feel like life has kind of been on the upslope. Everything's been going a little bit better, and things are going. We know it's going in the right direction. I've been getting better, developing as a player over the year, stuff like that. Season started, I've shown progress. Obviously, you've seen it. They got a lot better, and preparing to go into my next career after this. But obviously, focusing on finishing this season. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if you expected me to go this deep or whatever, but that was the year for me. Like this past year, like I said, it had its ups and downs, and so luckily, the end of the year. It's been coming up. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me feel good as the new year starts. That like things was on the upslope, or still are on the upslope as the new year came in. So hopefully, that's a good sign for going into the new year. Like we finna keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was my year, man. That was 2022 for me. So uh,
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, if that makes sense. Because like it's hard for you to you don't it's always two sides to everything. Everything has it's the law of polarity. I'm not gonna go super deep, but I'm gonna make it
mm,
understandable enough for what I'm saying. So it's a law of polarity. So you can't have bad without good. You can't have up without having down. You can't have death without having life.
right.
So of course it's not a balancing out of that. Like you can't say, well, this person died, so this life equals out to that. Like I'm not saying that, but in the grand scheme of things, when something ends, there is a beginning to that too. So looking at it through that lens, that makes sense because you can't have down, down, down and keep going down. That's not how the law works. You have to have an up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess you can look at it through the family lens of, okay, you lost this person within the family, but now we've gained this person within the family. And so we talked about it a little bit in private. We never got too deep into it, but looking at it through that whole scope of things, man, it's just like, um, I want to publicly, commend you for showing up here in spite of all of that. Because I know it's not easy to do. Because I have had my days too where it's just like I don't want to be public. I don't want to be outside. My bed's right there. I want to be right there in it and stay there for a while. Like that's very comfortable. So,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not. I know, like I'm here with you, bro. I know it's not easy to show up here week after week after week, 52 times a year to show up and perform and talk how you need to. And then on top of that, you have school. On top of that, you got basketball. Nobody knows what you went through, so um, that's a lot, bro. Like I'm never gonna sit here and just try to gloss over it like it's just business as usual because I know how heavy that is. You know, I'm blessed enough to say I haven't lost anyone close to me like that. I've had classmates that I used to go to school with, found out they passed and stuff, man, but never had anything that close to home. So um, I know it's tough to show up regardless in life and school as a student, as a hooper, and then they lean on you even more this year. Like you don't want like you just a role player. No offense to any role players. You want like you just around the bench. No offense to that either. But they lean on you. You still perform, respectable. So, I want to give you your flowers publicly, bro, because you showed up and perform. I don't know if people have noticed it. We talked about it a little bit behind the scenes, but I want to make sure that you are commended for that. You feel me? So, in spite of the teammate to coach to family member to your grandma, like that's grandma something special. I didn't grow up with my grandparents, so
Mhm.
I can't relate to that. Like they were gone before I was able to really. They were either all gone before I got here. I think I might have had one that was still alive when I was here, but I was a baby by the time they moved on. So I never really had grandparents like that. So I can't connect to that. But to lose someone that you've known 20 plus years for you, like that's not an easy thing. So, um, man, hopefully people show your love too outside of this, but I want to publicly do because I'm not a public person. I hate when people do stuff on social media and stuff, but I want you to see this love and these flowers publicly, bro. Like, so respect for that, man. And I appreciate you showing up because you could have said, I ain't got it today, I can't record, and you would have been within your rights. I can't sit up and mad at you for that, so respect to that. Salute you for that, man. So it's all love, bro. So hopefully, not hopefully things will keep going up for you too. It'll be more life and more opportunities and greater things coming for you for this year moving forward. So hopefully be more life and more opportunities and more blessings for you for this year, man. So hopefully you can say this is to this point, 2023 will be the best year of life, man. So that's my little love for you, bro.
Man, that's I appreciate you saying that, bro. Because it was tough. It was tough. It definitely was difficult them days, But I gotta say I appreciate you also because this is something I can do as almost like a distraction for what's going on. This is something I enjoy doing, obviously, and so it's like yeah, things going on, but I was like I can get to hop on the podcast and like we can talk basketball and whatever else we might do. We might do an interview. Like, I get to talk to somebody different, learn something. It's a good little distraction, good little thing to get my mind off, other stuff that may be
Mm-hmm.
going on. So I appreciate you also for this. But yeah, man, it's gonna be okay. And I tell people that. Like I remember I had this conversation with my teammates because he was talking about like, man, it feel like every time I have money in my pocket, my car messing up. That's what he said. And I said, that's valid. But I said, let me tell you something though, because I'm older than him. I said, let me explain something to you about like the same thing you said. I said, things ain't gonna never be all the way good. It's never gonna be 100% good. But vice versa though, things ain't gonna never be all the way bad, 100% bad. It might seem bad. Now, some days things gonna be 70, 80. Like it
Mm-hmm.
might be 70% bad. It might be looking real bad. But you can take solace in the fact that life is never 100% bad and good gonna always come. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's like you said, there's a balance to it. That's it. So when you got money in your pocket and you walk around like, yeah, man, everything good, and then your car start making these funny noises or something, it's like, man, life ain't. Just remember that I told you that life ain't gonna never be all the way good, 100% good. That's just how it is.
Yep.
There's times it's gonna be really good, but you make sure you prepared for when it ain't, because one day it won't. So just be ready. And this year, like, is a prime example of that. Things was bad, things were really bad, but um, in the grand scheme of things, like I said, it's never all the way bad because eventually good came for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, anybody that might be going through that rough patch in their life, if you just kind of had a tough go of it right about now, that's okay. That's okay to have that because that happens to everybody. So don't ever feel like life just going wrong for you or going bad for you, and that's just it. Like no, like it's a lot of people in this world think like nothing 100% good for nobody, and things might just be a little worse for you right now. This is just your time for things to be
Mm-hmm.
bad because it's just part of life. But take solace in the fact that it ain't gonna be like this all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, so if the year taught me anything, if I had to put it into words, if the year taught me anything, it is definitely that. Life ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna always be bad. It ain't gonna never be 100% good, but it also ain't gonna never be 100% bad. When it's bad, good gonna always come. So just
Yep.
trusting that, and, that's my main little takeaway, really, from the whole year 2022. Like if I had to put it into one like sentence, that would be
So mental toughness is one of the biggest things that I know pretty much every coach preaches to the players, and also one of the biggest factors in the players' game is the mental toughness. So I know that a lot of coaches wish their players would be mentally tougher, and they struggle with teaching them and understanding, what mental toughness is to apply it to the game. So to help you guys out, I wrote a whole ebook breaking down what mental toughness is, different factors that make up what mental toughness is, and different ways that you can apply it to your life and your game, because it's a good blend of the player and the person, of how both sides of you can grow in your mental toughness. So I broke it down in an ebook, the Mental Toughness Playbook. The whole ebook is about 50 pages, a little less than 50 pages, easy to read, a simple breakdown of what mental toughness is, different factors and different areas in it that impact your mental toughness, and how you can grow and develop in there. So if you're interested in it, it's in the description below. So go ahead and look in the hit that link and invest into yourself by investing into your mindset and mental toughness. Because I personally believe that your brain and your mind is so much powerful than you give it credit. So invest into your mindset, and then your body will follow afterwards. So the Mental Toughness Playbook, get the ebook below. If you tune into it, thank you. I appreciate it. If not, it's fine. Get back to the rest of the episode. See you later. Yeah, that's literally like a phrase that I always used to tell myself. I've been using that for like, and maybe 3 years now. It's like I be in a bad space, bro. Like, dang, hit after hit after hit. I'm like, yeah, is this life? Like, come on, bro. Like, I can't catch a
it.
win now. Like, come on, man. But then it's like, okay, it won't always be like this. So like, it's just like it's just a reminder that I give myself to, like, it's a season, bro. Like, not to get, once again, not to get too deep, because this ain't the podcast for that. This ain't the platform for that. But life won't always. There are seasons to things. There's summer, winter, fall, spring. You're gonna have your highs or lows, left and right. It's all good. It's not always gonna be like this, B. So just thug it out through this period. When I don't know when it's gonna stop, but just survive this period, bro. It won't always be like this. When you get that good pocket, remember, bro, it won't always be like this. It's good. It's feeling amazing right now, but it won't always be like this. And so that can be kind of negative to some people, but it's just like that's life. Like, that's literally like life. You can't avoid that. So when it's good, I sit back and appreciate it. Like, life is good.
Definitely.
I'm feeling good right now. So let me sit back and appreciate the fact that I'm in a good space. I'm in a good mental space. Spiritually, I'm good. Physically, I'm good. I'm in a great space in everything right now. Like, literally right now, today, I'm feeling great about life 100%. Not to say I'm in a perfect spot, not where I want to be. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's far from the truth. But I can sit back and say, I appreciate where I'm at. Everything is going well. Thank you. Because I've had way worse days. I can think about them days when I wasn't okay, when life wasn't good, like where I wanted to be. That'll make me straight to where I'm at right now. And when I'm going through those bad pockets, okay, it won't always be like that either. So that is what I used to tell myself, man. Tell me get to where I won't be as low as I could be. But your homeboy's right, bro. Like, literally, bro. Literally. We got a little Christmas bonus check from work. The next day, I had to freaking buy a battery for my car. Do you know how annoyed I was with that?
Man. Oh my
Literally,
god.
the next day. We got the check, cashed it. I'm like, yes, Christmas presents on the way. I'm finna pay off a couple of little bills I got to do. Man, I had the money spinning in my head before I could even get to it. Bro, freaking battery went out. So I had to get a jump. Matter of fact, I wasn't even like in the city. Went out the city, went out of town. Had to get a jump from somebody. Came back home. So I'm thinking, all right, maybe that is a fluke thing, whatever. Get up in the morning, go to work. Battery still not working. Had to get another jump. So I'm like, all right, bro. Let me just make it to the little AutoZone by my job and just see what it's talking about. Tell me how to get a battery. I was like, yeah, all right, bro. Let me check my account on the slide, make sure I should have enough for it. All right, cool. He told me how much it was. Now I was like, I literally just got this money yesterday, bro. Like, literally.
Man, that'd be sick.
Oh
Oh
my
my.
golly, man. So, but I could look at them two ends. I was like, either A, what I had 2 days ago, I got today. So I zeroed out. So I got this check to cover my battery being paid. So I could look at it on that end, or I could say, you know what, I got this money. Every time I get some money, it's gone. I could say either one, but sometimes I bounce back and forth because I still think about that check. It was literally last month. I think about that check every other, day. Probably. I'm like, dang man, 200 would have been pretty nice, bro. Like that. That was a nice little bit I could have spent on some shoes or something, bro. But it's all good, man. So, um, like you said, it's a balance in life. It's polarities. It's always the highs and lows, the seasons, man. So that's just kind of what we got to deal with, man. Um, but for me, man, on a personal end, if I could summarize 2022, um, I still don't know, honestly, man. It had a lot of lows. It was an interesting year to say the least. Um, so I can say for sure one thing this year that I really focused on was communication, and that was more of
Mm.
a business thing and a personal thing. And so like, I do feel like I've developed and grown in that. And the funny thing about that, bro, like I knew it, but I should have been more aware of it and more like prepared for it. So it's like the moment you say you want to be great at something, you want to go after something, you're literally going to be challenged and punched in the face in that area too. So I knew my communication wasn't the best, but I really got exposed on how terrible it was. And so from a personal life standpoint and just like my people around me, I'm just like, yo, you terrible. Like you really suck at communicating, bro. Like this is I knew you were bad, but I was like, dang, like this is not good at all. So developed and worked in that, man. Um, not even just like from the standpoint of just like getting thoughts and ideas out. Cause like I internalize a lot and I don't always figure out the best way to communicate certain things. And so um I kind of like not speak up for myself sometimes with things. So it'll be an issue and I'll resolve it within me. But me, like say me and you, we still have the issue and I haven't like spoke to you about it. And so that happens a lot with me because I'm just like, I don't know, it's a long, I'm not finna go down that path. This ain't the podcast for that. But it's like something I had to work on for me to be like, uh, you gotta communicate with that, bro. So that's something I was kind of working on this year, man. And it was a challenge, man, just because not because I didn't want to, but it's just like it's something new. I had to adapt to doing that new thing. You feel me? So, um, on a personal end, on a business end. So, like with my players, make sure I communicate things more efficiently. Not make sure I'm not over communicating. I don't want to be talking the whole session. You need to be actually doing basketball the whole session. So making sure I communicate what the goal is and what you're supposed to be doing as little words as possible. Some sessions. Um, when it comes to podcasting, make sure I'm not talking for 30 minutes when I could have said it in five. I'm not talking 5 minutes when it could have been in two. Making sure that when it comes to posting stuff, like I really challenge myself to post more with me talking in it. Like small things like that to where I was like really working on that stuff, man. So um I can say I've grown in that area for sure, but I still see a lot more growth to be had. So that's something for me, man, that I just kind of reflect on for 2022. That's just like something I can like uh, look back and say, not necessarily hit the goal, but it's something I grew in because I still see a lot more room for growth in that, man. But um, yeah, it was an up and down year overall. Besides that, man, but I still see a lot more room for growth, a lot more room for growth in 23, man. So I'm excited about that.
Yes, sir. Always room for. Why am I messing up now too? There's always room for growth, man. Always. You always can elevate yourself. Always can improve yourself, and I take that too. I take that with me everywhere I go to. There's always room to improve in whatever we do. So yeah, man. Um, you and your like you say you need to work on communication or something like that. You know, Like those things, it's good that we notice those things about ourselves. And like you said, like when you try to become better at something or whatever, you say you're gonna become the best at this or whatever, you're gonna immediately be challenged because now you focusing on it. That's a challenge to improve yourself. Uh, and we got our slogan here at the podcast: progress is the only goal. You know what I'm saying? So I tell my teammates too, like you improving in communication, just like improving in anything else. Like when we work on certain moves and stuff that we might not have ever used in real game situations. When they use it, even if they miss, I'd be like, "Hey, boy, we work on that. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
scared of it. Don't be scared to use." You probably tell your students the same thing, or your trainees same thing. It's like, "Hey, we work on this. Don't be afraid of trust that you work on it, and
Yep.
trust your ability." It's the same thing in life and everything. Like you try and work on your communication. It's like you might have to make yourself do it. I might have to make myself do the move. But as long as you're conscious of it and make yourself do it and improve on it, that's all you ask for is the progress. And
Mm-hmm.
so when you making progress, that's something to be proud of. I look at it like that too. Like don't look at it as dang man, you might have talked to a parent or talked to a kid, met some new people that you didn't know, trying to gain more clients, and it didn't work out. Like you should not look at it like man, it ain't work out. I ain't get nobody, like whatever. Like nobody, these guys didn't want to link up with me. You shouldn't look at it negatively like that. You should be like, man, I'm glad I'm putting myself out there a little bit more. I'm getting better at jumping out in there and talking to people that I don't know, meeting new people, trying to push my stuff, push my your product, which will be training. But
Mm-hmm.
um, you should look at it as progress, and progress is the only goal, like you say, like we say here at the B-Ball Jones podcast. So that's all you really ask for. You're not gonna be perfect in nothing in a day. Just because you say you want to be better at something, you're not gonna turn around and be the best at it the next day. You know what I'm saying? It's all about progress and making yourself better. And so that's all we looking to do. We looking to get better at this, me and you. And I feel
Yeah.
like we getting pretty good. So that's all you can ask for, man.
Yeah. And that's true because that's actually part of my communication that I've been looking to work on. So like you said, just speaking to parents more and making sure that that line of communication is a lot better has been something to emphasize. And so like I don't think people understand how much I live by progress to only goal. I don't promote that to be cute. I don't try to say that to I don't do this to make money. This is literally what I live by. Like I can't tell you how many times in a daily conversation I have with people where the opportunity comes to talk about it. I'm just like, I really could push this whole thing right here. Like if I really wanted to, I could. And it's like so easily flows into the conversation because I'm not I don't want to be like a naive, positive type person, like always optimistic and stuff. But I do want people to like be able to see the bright side and be able to like see things from a different perspective. Wait, wait, hold on. Tell me, hold on real quick. I just got a quick question for you. All right, okay, look. So, where does you go? Like, what are you going after right now in your life? Right? Are you looking to make the team? Okay, you didn't make the team, but you're looking to figure out how to make the team coming up. Or maybe you made the team, but you're on the bench. You're not playing like you want to. Or maybe you're playing a little bit like you want to, but you're not a starter, or you're not finishing the games like you want to. Or maybe you're the player, but you're just not quite where you want to be as far as recognizing your county or maybe your conference or your state, whatever you're trying to be recognized at. Um, Whatever your goal is, I want you to forget about that. Like put it on the board or something, write it down in your phone and just put it somewhere and tuck it away. I want you to take that goal, throw it over there, and now I want you to write a new one, right? I want you to write PROGRESS. Progress. I want you to make progress your goal. Okay. So take that big goal that you have now and take it, put it in your back pocket, and just figure out how to make progress and work towards that goal. Because sometimes we get so caught up on the goal of the end goal where we want to be that we don't keep working forward and working towards that goal like we should be. So every day I want you to wake up and figure out how to just make progress, How can I be better today than I was yesterday? It's what you do tomorrow. The same exact thing. Figure out how can I be better today than I was yesterday. It doesn't matter how good you are or what you did yesterday. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Your goal today is to make progress, be better than you was yesterday. And so just if you need a reminder about that, all I want you to do is to have a reminder. I want you to go ahead and get one of these hoodies. Or you get you a t-shirt. I got a couple options for you. So get you a hoodie or a t-shirt just to remind yourself, just to keep it as a memento to be like, man, today's goal is to make progress. My only goal is to make progress. Progress is the only goal. So if that fits you and you feel like you need to make progress to be your goal, go ahead and hit the link in the description below and invest into yourself, invest into that reminder. Treat it like an alarm clock to remind you that you need to make progress. Make sure that you're focused and being intentional about the work that you have today. So progress is the only goal. Hit the description below to invest into yourself. It's not about me. Investing into yourself to remind yourself that progress is my goal for today. So that's enough for me, man. I hope I didn't interrupt you. Get back to the episode. And so it's like you said, bro. Like sometimes you have opportunity to work on the move, and it's like, man, I keep messing up. Bro, you didn't even try this move last week. Like, let's look at the fact that you actually trying it now. Okay, boom, we got better with that. Dang, I messed up, but you got it right before. Like, you got this piece down, but you missing that. Like, man, I ain't hit no shots today, but your shot look a lot better than it did before. Like, I always see something positive through all the negative, and that's just not like something I do to be cute or try to be like fake positive. Like, no, like some people make zero after zero after zero. Like there is no growth. Some people absolutely sleepwalk through a whole year or sleepwalk through a whole session. They don't get better. Like people have, I can't tell you how many people had the opportunity you had to grow and be where you are right now. They slept walking and didn't get better. Matter of fact, you got worse. So it's
Facts.
like I can't sit here and I just present the truth in a way that makes sense. That's my goal. So like I had a player who mom told me the player was losing confidence because he wasn't playing really that much, and he was like kind of down on himself and whatever. He's kind of getting frustrated. So I had to talk with him and everything. I was like, "What's up, man? You kind of getting frustrated with not playing?" It's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" It's like, "Cause I'm not playing, man. I can do X, Y, and Z." So all I did was really I didn't lie to him at all. Like, if you're new to playing basketball, number one, she's not gonna be as good as the other guys. They've been playing a lot longer than you. Okay. He's like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense." Even if you did play as long as they have, they've been doing it differently so that their feel for it is a lot better because they've been playing at a higher level. So you started playing for real this year. You playing like little rec leagues and like the competition level really ain't that good compared to them. They've been playing up and playing better competition, so of course they'll be better. Once again, no lies. It's all truth. I just present it in a different way. Now I was like, bro, you got so much better from the time you're working with me, and like went from not making a team to making a team. You went from doing this to doing that. You got better, bro. Oh snap, I ain't see that. So it's like presenting the truth in a different way. Like he's seeing it as I'm not good. I'm not doing what I could be doing. I'm frustrated. I'm not playing. Well, let's look at it through this lens. You haven't playing that long, but you're better than we were before.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of what I do, man. Like with my players and training and like in life, bro. I just want to present stuff from a different perspective to where I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you because I don't want you to lie to me. I don't like being a liar. Nobody likes that. So I'm gonna just present you the truth in a matter that helps you see things through a positive lens to where you can still grow and develop too. And so it helped him out, man. He was ready to work after that. So that's good for me, good for him. And he's still hooping. So kudos to him.
Hey man, you boosted a basketball player's confidence. And you never know how big that might be. Like I ain't saying Buddy gonna go to the league, but I also ain't saying he won't. You know what I'm saying? Like confidence go a long way in the game of basketball, and in a lot of things, but in the game of basketball, confidence is key. Like you ain't got
Mm-hmm.
no confidence, you won't be very good, or if you is good, you won't be good for long because your confidence start lacking. If you don't believe in that shot or believe in these dribbles, excuse me,
Bless
Whew.
you.
Don't know where that came from. Thank you. But yeah, if you don't believe in what you're doing in basketball, it won't be very good. I'm trying to tell you, I
Nah.
told it's funny. I told one of my bigs here, Tay, one of the bigs that I play with here, uh, he'll get offensive rebounds and kick it out, right? I came up to him. This was happening a while ago, but then I reiterated it today. But I came up to him. When the drill was over, I ain't say nothing during the drill. I wanted nothing, nothing finished. Well, afterwards, I came up to him. I said, "Hey, when you get the offensive rebound, don't kick that out. Now, if it's a long rebound, that's different. But if you get a rebound like right around the goal, score the ball. You got that rebound. You hustle for it. That's your board. These your points. So go up and make the lay or make them foul you and go to the line and get you some points. Don't kick it out to them guards. They ain't coming here to get the board. That's a big man thing, though. That's a big man. Listen, I know you're a guard, but let me tell you, this is something that big men been feeling. Like every big you playing with feel that way. Like these guards ain't get in here and hustle for their board most of the time. It just don't go for everybody. My man, I told him like, man, they ain't come in here and hustle for that board. That board happened because of you. They shot the ball. They missed. You got it. So when you catch that ball, you get the offensive board around, they go score. He's like, I got you, bro. I said, okay. And it took him a while before he did it, but today he did it twice. He got 2 offensive rebounds and 2 different drills or whatever. Scored both of them. It's like that's what you do, Tay. Cause these boys ain't the ones in the paint, man. Don't be thinking, oh, well, I got the board. Let me, get to one of them so they can, set some more so they can score whatever. Like, no, you got it. You got the board. You're around the rim. You can finish. You can score or get fouled. Go to the line. Either way, you deserve the points. You deserve to score. Don't kick out like, oh well, shoot, they can run another play. We can run a play. Oh no, bro, it's okay. Forget that play. You got the ball in the paint. That's what we want. Score it.
Yeah.
That's what we. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, confidence be key, man. Believe you can do it. You can do it. I had to get my confidence right. Like I remember my guy that trains me, our assistant coach Carl. Carl told me, I don't understand why you don't be hunting shots. I was like, what you mean? He said, why don't you hunt your shots? Like, look to score. Look. He said, you pass up open opportunities and stuff that we okay with you shooting. And I'd be like, I mean, I ain't think it was a big deal. I said, no, Nelson. I don't know if you realize, but we don't score a whole lot of points. And you are one of our better scorers. Like, we need more production out of you. He said, and he was like, the shots you take that are open, feet set, whatever, they be going in. And I don't know if you realize.
Mm-hmm.
He said sometimes you catch the ball in them situations and you choose not to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot it. Like, we want you to shoot it. We are okay with that. And I was like, I mean, okay. I never thought about it in that way. Like, man, look to
Mm-hmm.
score it like in these situations. I'm always thinking like, okay, I mean, I look to be open and I shoot it. But if I feel like I'm not like just wide open, I won't shoot it most of the time. Or I wasn't. He was like, nah, bro, we good with you shooting that. So shoot it. Look to score. And I was like, okay, and I started doing it. And you see you seen the results of that. Like I catch the ball. Like now I get mad they don't get to because I'm like, dang, bro, I can,
Yep.
yeah, I can score a little bit. So now I'm like, hey, look, I'm open.
Yep.
I'm open. I want this one.
Yep. That's literally something I've been working on 2 of my players with, and it's like so like the guy, it's a guy and a girl. So the guy, he's kind of similar to you. He was like the role player. He never really was the guy, but
Mm,
like it's either he's part of the 1-2 punch for the team, or he's part of 3-headed monster. Depending on where you look at the other guy as. I really
mm,
consider 3-headed monster because dude nice with it, but I'm just telling him like, bro, be aggressive. So like I don't once again, I never lie to anybody. I just present you the truth of my opinion, at least of my opinion of the truth. You
mm,
can be the best player on the team. I'm not saying to gas you up as your trainer because I don't have time for that, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you this lie and you can be like, well, Coach B said no. I'm telling you the truth. And the reason I speak to a way, whatever I say behind your back, I can say it in front of your face. So I'm not gonna say it in front of your face. I ain't gonna say it behind your back. So if you ask me in front of other guys on the team, I feel like he can be the best player on the team. I tell coach, I tell parents, everybody across the board because this is my truth. And so speaking to him, like you can be, but on the other end of that, you're not because you don't put that effort in. And so same thing for the girl I'm training. Like, you can be the best player on the team. This is X, Y, and Z. Why you can be. I'm not saying you are. You have potential to be. So now when you go out and do X, Y, and Z, you playing aggressive. You're doing these things. You like the best player on the floor, and you are. You've seen it because you've done it. Same thing for him. When you go out and do X, Y, and Z, perform. You done had 17-10 that game. You done had X, Y, and Z this game. You've seen it. Dad seen it. Folks seen it. Everybody. So you can have potential to do X, Y, and Z. But you're not. And the hardest part for them to get is not the skill. It's not the drills. It's not about the game. It's that mindset shift. To go from being somebody to being the guy or the girl, the person, is the hardest part. So I feel like for you, you know, the skill's gonna come. Like that's gonna happen. That's whatever. But if the skill is the 10, but mindset is still a 7 or a 6 of being I'll get mine when I get mine, that skill don't even matter anymore. Cause it's just like you still got the mindset of, well, like your boy, I'll get the offensive rebound, kick it out. Or I'll get mine when I can. Like, no, bro, go hunt it. Go be aggressive. So that's all we're preaching of, like, be aggressive. Like, forget all that pass and stuff. Like the girl, she passed first, she can pass. Like she has court vision, like nice, especially for being with Grayson. Like she can pass the ball. Like she sees stuff that teammates can handle. I'm just like, bro, chill out with that. Go get a bucket. Forget all that other stuff. They ain't ready.
Chill out with that.
We ain't doing that no more. Until you, she plays up sometimes with JV and stuff, so she kind of got that leeway. But most of them girls can catch the ball. Chill out with that. Go get a bucket. We'll figure out the rest later on, but go get a bucket. And so, like, it wasn't the skill part that was the hard part to grow, because that's, if you know enough basketball, bro, you can get somebody a little bit better. It's not the hardest thing to do. The
Mm.
mental game is the real challenge, because it's like, okay, I'm up here, I'm Kyrie level skill with a JV player's level confidence or mindset of like understanding that I can go get a bucket. So like for you, it's not the skill of, man, you can shoot or you can ball handle, you got these moves and stuff. That's the easy part, bro. That's not that hard. It's the mindset shift to go actually implement the move consistently, night in, night out, when your shot not falling, when you don't feel it, when you're still in the mindset of I'm just 3 and D, or just, hustling rebounds or whatever. I'm the defensive guy. We still in that mindset. That's the challenge. So it's like that makes sense that would be the conversation you have to have with the trainer, because it's like that's easy. Getting this move down, it's not the hardest part to do. It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy to be a trainer. I'm not trying to downplay my position, but the real challenge is getting you to understand this is what we expect of you now. This is the game you had before. This is the game you have now. Play to this level. That jump is the hard part. So I I I can completely co-sign that was a challenge for you, because my players deal with that too. Not just college level, but middle school, high school, and college. And pro guys do too. Because you've seen all the time where uh somebody hurt, so this guy to step and play this role. Man, he still got the mindset like such and such here. So he's still trying to get 5 attempts up. Nah, bro. I'm trying to triple that, get 15 up. So that mindset shift was the biggest shift and probably the hardest shift for everybody to get, honestly. So you got my cosign on that one, bro.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that one because it is real. It's like, man, that confidence will take you a long way. And like, I feel like my confidence is higher than it's ever been in my career. Um, as far as like offensively and like looking to score, looking for my attempts and stuff like that. It go a long way, man. So, um, I just, I'm gonna say I hope it continues, but I know it's going to continue. I know that,
Mhm.
like, it ain't nobody taking it from me now because I know once you know what you can do, and
Oh,
sometimes that's all it takes somebody to believe in you. Once you know what you capable of, that's a dangerous thing. It's like,
yeah.
man, if I know I can do these things for sure, and can't nobody really stop me or take it from me, oh, it's over. Like, I'm going to it. Now I'm gonna add a
Hmm.
little bit here and there, do a little extra. My guy Carl, as he trains me, one thing he's like, this is one of his sayings for me. He said, he say, make all your bunnies, like, easy shots around the rim. Make all your bunnies, make a couple tough ones, couple middies, and make your free throws, and you walk your way to 20.
Hmm.
You will walk your way to 20 points. Cause like I be open for middies here and there, and I normally hit them. Make all everything around the rim, dunk it, lay it up, whatever. Every now and then you got to make a tough one. You might have to hit a little up and under. You might have to hit a tough post move, whatever, something like that. You might get an and one here and there. Make a couple tough ones. Then you make your free throws, and at the end of the game, you're gonna be around 20 points.
Hmm.
Now that's not to say I don't average 20 a game. I don't want nobody to think that neither. I ain't trying to tell y'all I average 20. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the games I've scored 20 points in or around 20, 16, 18, whatever. I did those things. Like those were the things I did. I made a couple middies, made a couple like easy lays, whatever, drop off, dunk it, whatever you want to call it. Made a couple bunnies. I made a tough bucket here and there, whatever, and some free throws. Next thing you know, game was
Mm-hmm.
over. Had 16 points, had 18 points, 21 points, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all it was, man. And so
Mm-hmm.
that confidence kind of is like that. That gave me confidence as well. I'm like, he made it sound like I like so attainable. Like I shoot for a long time, I had not scored 20 points at Columbus. Like shoot, I scored 20 points a couple times in JUCO, but when I my first year here, my junior year, technically my junior year, my COVID year, we only played 12 games. The most I scored in them 12 games was like 10. I want to say maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think 10 out of them 12 games. That was the most I scored. My second year, I had a couple good games. I had some games. I had 16, 14, whatever. And it's close to the end of the season. I started playing a lot better. Then, I popped it off with a 25 ball in the playoffs. And that was the first time I scored 20 since I've been in Columbus. So it took me really 2 years to score 20 points on the D2 level. And then here we are, my third year, I done scored 20 points 3 times already. And it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I done doubled that.
Yeah.
So that's just like part of it. Like, of course, I done got better and improved, but my mindset is also improved. Like, hey, boy, you can do this. I'll be telling myself that. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, like, brother can't guard you. This dude can't stop you. He's too
Mm-hmm.
small. He can't. He can't. Stop this jumper over the top. He's not gonna block it. Stuff like that. Now I be telling myself, like, man, you ain't nothing they
Mm-hmm.
can do about it right here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of how I look at it now. So that confidence, you don't know, you might not know it yet, or I mean, nah, you know it, but you might not see it yet. But you don't know what you might have did for that boy. He might be dangerous now. I don't know what grade he in or whatever, but he could turn into something dangerous when he really realized the potential he has and what he can really
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah. And kind of like getting back on like that actually kind of hit me because I was just like reflecting on this year. This year was a tough, kind of more in a business sense, but kind of more personal. Um, like my confidence as a trainer took a big hit
Mm,
because I never really talked about this too publicly because I'm not like a messy guy. But so 2021, I was with a guy working at his gym, and things happened, and I decided to leave because that wasn't fitting for me. I, was funny because I never really spoke about it publicly, even like to the parents stuff that knew us that from working with him. I never told anybody really what happened, and so I was kind of speaking to a parent about it, and I was like, so we just I was trying to find the right words to say without putting it out there, and it's just like um he's like, you guys just had a difference of opinions. I was like, yeah, we can say that we had difference of opinions, and so basically that's kind of what happened. We had difference of opinions on certain things, and so I left him, left the gym, and then I was really like struggling for months to really train because I didn't have a gym. I wasn't even like in the mindset of like looking for another spot because I decided I wanted to train. Somebody connected me to him. I was working there for like a year and some change. So I'm like basically starting over from ground zero. So I'm calling gyms, trying to find places to train at. And for months, I'm struggling to get anything. So I'm like, what we doing here, B? Like, what, what we doing? So 2021 was a rough year for that. But then at some point, got connected with, my players hit me up like, hey, if you can come up here and train, we got a gym for you. You can try to come up here. So from there, went to Jasper, went up to Swan, and started working out there. Guy at the gym was like, oh, you work with such and such? Oh, you must be pretty good in to work with her. And I seen you train. Okay, I like what you do, man. So if you need any spot at the gym, whatever, just let me know. Give my number, give me your car, whatever, I'll help you out, whatever. So boom, things start working, going from there. Got a couple players, training working some more. So and this year hit, well, last year hit, and I gotta get used to saying 23, but last year hit, and I was kind of like growing and working towards building Birmingham and Jasper, because I can't get Jasper to come down here. I can't get Birmingham to go up there. So I'm like, all right, you find a Birmingham gym now. So end up the top of the year, around the top of the year, like this year started, I had um a handful of Jasper people, a handful of Birmingham people. So I'm like, okay, we're still growing, but I don't have a solid Birmingham gym. Thought I found a couple gyms. They was acting funny with stuff, and one gym in Homewood acting super funny. I'm just like, bro, you just lied to me, bro. Like stupid stuff. So I'm still pissed off about that one, bro. I'll tell you off camera. That jump was that made no sense. I think I told you about it too. It was just weird, but
Okay.
um, but yeah. And then lost couple like I pretty much lost all my Birmingham people, so it was like that was a tough hit for me, man, because I really cared about like I don't just train to be trained. Like I genuinely invest to the people. Like those are my homies. Like these are like my little bros and sisters. So that kind of took a hit on me this year, man. And then lost a couple of people from Jasper too. So I was kind of like, all right, what we doing here? So kind of started over this year with training and stuff, man. So I started questioning myself, like, should I be a trainer anymore, bro? Like, is this for me, man? Cause I lost in 2021 with the gym, couple players from there. And start over, thought I'd do something, lost more players again. Start over a little bit more, lost more players. I'm just like, all right, bro, like this ain't it for me, man. So um from seeing the growth of the players I still been able to keep in and keep in half. The conversation I had with my guy I just told you about, lost his confidence. Like it just like I need this conversation right here to show me that I am a decent trainer. Like I do know what I'm talking about, and like cause it was like literally months ago, like not too long ago, I was like, maybe I should just like not train anymore and just straight just only do the podcast. I'm just like strictly focused on podcast and the content creating because like this training stuff ain't getting it, bro. Like I don't think it's supposed to be this hard to like get a gym, bro. Like Birmingham has way too many gyms for me struggling to find one. Like and then other stuff going on too. I'm just like, all right, bro, maybe this ain't for me. And so like seeing their growth and like having those conversations with people, it just like showed me that it's all right. So that was like the biggest struggle I had. Um Semi personal but really business wise, it's just like really trying to figure out is this for me. So like seeing their growth and development and like knowing that I do know a little bit what I'm talking about kind of helped me out because that gave me my confidence back to be like, all right, we cooking like we actually doing something, man. I'm still early in my career too, so it's easy for me to get, flustered and like questioning myself. I don't think that's ever gonna go, which is good and bad, but um that's a real struggle I had this year, man. Like really, like truly questioning like should I change my, career slash business path? Because man, it was really the past 2 years were a struggle for me, man. Like this is my lot. This is what I do. Like I don't basketball is life, bro. So like if you quit hooping right now, you would feel like you
What
don't
I
know.
do?
Yeah, and that's kind of how I felt, bro. Like if I'm not training, like what would I be doing? Like I honestly don't have. Like I think I made a post about it. Like I don't have really a plan B of like another thing to do. So I was like, maybe I'll just cut off just playing the training and go strictly into podcasting. But the podcast might not be as good because I'm not a trainer anymore. So I was like, okay, I gotta kind of stick it out because that's what I do now. But this year was kind of like a challenging year for that, bro. Like, yeah, it was tough for me, man. Like it was because training is like my therapy, bro. Like training, like I really enjoy training. Like I love that jump. So not be training for months and weeks at a time and like question all that stuff that made me messed up for a minute, man. But to close this year out or close last year out on a good note, and the beginning this year on a good note, man, it's like to slow to see growth again and see opportunities again, like really helped me out, man. So on a professional level or business level, that's kind of like my challenge I had with. So like you had a challenge as a player, changed your mindset from before to after, knowing that I'm going to be okay business wise, something I dealt with this year, man. But 2023 is looking a lot better for me, bro. So um, that's what I'm looking forward to next year, man. This year, whatever, bro. Whatever. I'll figure it out at some point. But to keep growing, man, like is that's kind of where I'm at right now, man. So yeah.
Man, I don't have no doubt that you'll figure it out. Obviously, you I feel I'm a firm believer in when it comes to basketball at least. I'm a firm believer in if you love the game, to love you back most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So You love the game, you love the people involved that you work with. And I feel like those are good things, and good gonna come to you in that area. So, just stay working, stay patient. You know what I'm saying? You never know when that breakthrough will come around, or somebody, give you a good space to work with, a good gym to work in, and change your whole little situation you got going on. So you never know, but you know, you'll figure it out, though, dog. You got the mind for it. If you ain't got nothing else, you got the mind for it. You definitely be fine. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that because yeah, because there's a lot of times where I like, man, I got a good opportunity. Oh, I got an opportunity. Okay, finally, like, oof, a breath of fresh air, and that fall through. And then something else come up, and that fall through. Something else come up, and that fall through. Then it's like getting strung along with different stuff. So I was just like, all right, bro. Like, so yeah, it was a challenging year for that, man, just to like maintain it. But like it was a good and bad thing that I didn't really have a plan B. So it's like at one point, it's like I hate to say it, but some people got like a toxic relationship, and it's like I'm already married with you. I'm already with you, bro. So I'm just stuck with you. It's kind of like that with my business. Is like I don't see me doing anything else. So I'm gonna just thug it out and just figure it out. Like I hate to compare it to that, but that's the first thing that came to my mind. So it's just like, man, I'm already here with you, man. Like, hey, just come on, bro. We'll figure it out as we go. So
Come on. Nah, that's funny. Just come on, man. Fine. Whatever. Nah, I mean, though, sometimes I tell folks, hey, man, don't be scared to start over. If you're in a relationship, even if it's long term and things ain't going right or whatever, they doing this, won't do right by you in some type of way. I tell them, hey, bro, don't be scared to start over. Because, they feel like, man, I don't even know what's out there no more. Something out there. Trust me.
yep,
And it might be better than what this is. We all got them friends or associates that we know of that's like in bad relationships, like
hmm,
all type of crazy stuff and toxic stuff be going on. You just kind of be on the outside looking in, like, dang, that's crazy. Y'all be safe though.
yep.
I tell my friend, like, hey, bro, don't be scared to start over. Why? Because you don't see what's out there now. You don't see what's out there because you ain't looking for it.
hmm
But something out there, I promise you. When it comes time for it, there's something out there. But that I just said that in case any of our listeners are in a toxic relationship. But that's not what the podcast is about.
We could start a spinoff podcast, the Love
The Love
Jones.
Jones. Oh my
Yo,
god. Oh my god.
that's funny, bro.
Hey boy, great minds, boy. Great.
We right there, man. We right
I
there.
said,
We here.
boy. Yeah, boy, we locked in. The Love Jones podcast, boy.
Start giving relationship advice, advice to the guys about, hey man,
Man.
that's funny, man.
Especially if you play a sport or something, you in an athletic relationship. Hey, boy, I
Mm.
might do that for real. I'd have been in a
Love and
couple of them.
basketball.
Hey, come on, boy.
Hey,
I'd have been in a couple of them. So I can help you out a little bit. I can tell you what not to do.
might not be able to get a game on what to do. So you went out to do
But
for sure.
hey,
Most definitely.
boy. Hey, my favorite saying when I'm giving like advice about like women or something to my homeboys, I tell them, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I will tell you what I would not do.
Yep.
Cause hey, you your own man. You do what you want to do. At the end of the day, this is your decision. Whatever you decide to do, that's it. But
Mhm.
I will tell you what I would not do,
Yep.
just so you know. Well, that's the whole podcast. The Love
Boy.
John podcast. What I would not do. That's the
Yep.
whole thing.
Have people call in, man. This my situation, bro. I got X, Y, and Z going on, man. This, that, and the third. What should I do? Well, Nelson, I don't know about you, but if I was in a situation, this is what I would not do. It's exactly A, B, and C. I would not be calling her right now because she is mad at you. I would give it a second because if you call, you might get cussed out and it might end. Whatever, bro. It's just this what
Man,
not to do. That's the name of the Love Jones podcast. What not to do.
what not to do. Athletic relationships. Oh my
So stay
goodness.
tuned for that. It's dropping. February 30th of
in
2023. So
2023.
letting you guys know. So
Boy. That is funny, dog. That's so funny.
oh
But
man. So anything else, man, with your personal life, your hooper life, that from last year to this year, any changes, thoughts, reflections.
uh no, that's pretty much it, man. I really shared more than I thought I would share. As I was prepared. As I was prepared, but as I got to thinking about it, is that that is what happened, and I want to share that little story with y'all. But no, that's pretty much it, man. Like if you don't take nothing away from it, that's what I learned this year. Life ain't gonna never be 100% good, but in the same token, it ain't gonna never be 100% bad. So if it's good, like you said earlier, take time to notice it and appreciate it. Appreciate being in that space of good energy, good vibes, good things happening for your life. Take time to appreciate it, and vice versa. Look at it when you in that state of things going wrong, things going bad. Say solace in the fact that it won't always be bad. Good is on the way. Good is coming. So always take solace in that fact. So that's my little nugget for y'all for my year in review of 2022. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, not hopefully, it's gonna be good in 2023. Good is coming. So
Hmm.
that's all I got for y'all for this one, man. But what about you?
Um, man, I'll just say, make sure that you guys listen to the podcast this year because it's gonna be. Let's talk about the podcast, bro. Like,
Man, big things coming down the pipeline.
my boy, when I tell you, I'm gonna have to. Matter of fact, let me. I don't like to get too public with stuff, but I'm gonna do it right here. So,
Mm,
first off, I have taken the time out to get all episodes of the BeBall Jones podcast on our brand new YouTube page. So first off, you watching this, it's on the new YouTube page. So thank you guys for watching. But at some point this year, I'm not gonna say when, but it's gonna happen this year. We will hit 1K subscribers. It's gonna happen. So I just
mm,
want you guys to prepare for that. So I'm putting a stamp on this for you guys to be a witness to know what's gonna happen. Like I want you guys to be like, man, whatever. Then at some point this year, when I take that screenshot and show you guys 1,000 subscribers, I want y'all to be like, go back to this episode and be like, dang, B was right. So when that happens, just know I don't want y'all to text me and be like, dang, you was right, I was wrong. I don't care about that because I know I'm right. I want you guys to be a co-signer to when it does happen. That's number one. Number two, got some interviews lined up, my guy. I got some good ones. Like it's not the heavy hitters yet. I'm slow walking them down. Like they're going to be like, hey, B, let me go on that podcast. It's going to happen. It's number two. And number three, um, some kind of way monetization this year, some type of way. I have a dollar amount. I ain't gonna publicly say that because I don't do that. But
mm.
it will be some level of monetization happening. I have two ideas on how to get it happening, and I will figure out both of them at some point. They're gonna happen at some point. Just don't know how. Don't know exactly when. Doesn't matter because it's gonna happen. So yeah, that's the three things I feel like sharing at least. So besides that, bro, podcast is going up. Listener will be going up. Our thoughts and ideas and basketball IQ and our communication of the game will be going up. You can be going up on your end. I'll be going up on my end. I have something else working up in the pipeline. At least two more things in the pipeline gonna be coming out uh at some point this year. I know one of them will for sure. Hopefully the other one will. We'll see. But like the podcast, I'm telling you, man, like I don't
Prices
share
going up.
public I don't share publicly a lot, but I'm letting y'all in on a big secret. The podcast will be going up this year. Like, do not be surprised by any of the moves because I will be by some of them. I know God finna be like, that's cute, B. What you just said was cute. Whatever. This is what I got for you. I'm waiting for it. So when he comes in with that left hook, he just like, this is what I really got for you, B. The podcast gonna be here and not down there. Then I'm gonna be surprised, but not surprised at the same time. So that's all I gotta say, man. The podcast, like you said, the prices. I should have worn my brother's shirt. The prices are going up,
Man,
man. Price is going up. So catch on now. Like y'all look, cause y'all tune in while we at the bottom. We're at the bottom like we used to be. We made progress on the go. We came up some, but we're still very bottomish from where we're gonna be. So
Thanks.
that's all I'm saying, man. The podcast going up.
Yeah, man. I definitely. Price is going up, y'all. Y'all better get in while they still low. That's all I can say about it. The year gonna be good, man. Good vibes and good energy going into 2023, man. As we popping the year off with this one, and we guaranteeing y'all, man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good year for us, y'all, and the B-Ball Jones podcast. So, with that being said, man, B, you got anything else you want to give to the people?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us so far. It's been fun, and if y'all been on this roller coaster ride, I know it's been fun. Y'all have enjoyed it, and it's like buying stock when it's at a low price, and some other people get on. It's like, and okay, nice to see you on this ride too, but the price is gonna keep going up. Like the ride's gonna get crazier as you keep going. So, uh, if you happy listening, it means a lot. Like I genuinely appreciate you rocking with us so far. It means a lot. And then for those that's just joining, hey, that means a lot too. I can't
Thanks.
I can't get the 1K without the one. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate 1 through 999 all the way to 1K. So everybody means so much to me. It's a lot of work that goes into it. So um, it's always appreciative of all of it, man. So uh, but that's it, man. Like just thank you if you've been on the ride. If you just joining, thank you. Welcome. And strap in. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yes, sir. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. And another thing also that we got to throw in there, creeping up on our 100th episode. 100th episode of the
Mm,
B-Ball Jones podcast. I can't exactly tell what number we on right now, like what this episode will be, but
I don't know.
just just know we creeping up to 100, and we plan on doing something special for y'all for the 100th one. So y'all tune in. Make sure you get in before. If you can say you've been in before the 100th episode, in the long run, you gonna appreciate it. It's like, man, I was here before they even had 100. One day we might mess around have 500. One day it might be 1,000. You never know. Never know how long this is gonna be around, but just you want to be in for the beginning of it, it's always cool to be like, man, I remember when them guys was, he was in college and B was in his room and they were doing the podcast and Nelson had on AirPods. You know what I'm saying? One day we gonna have the official thing, headset mic right here, everything gonna be legit light, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just want to throw that out there too. We creeping up on our 100th episode. Very proud of that. So y'all be sure to be on the lookout for that. However many weeks it will be, might be a while, but y'all be ready. That's all I got to say.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I probably
Nah,
would
it
have been
just
on
came to my
200.
mind as you was talking.
I would have been on 200. Like, dang, we did hit 100. We did hit 100 back then. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, man. Nah, we gotta make it. That's a big deal, man. 100 episodes. Some people don't make it to 10. A lot of
Hmm.
guys, if they feel like they ain't blowing up the way they thought they would, they put it down. But we is getting up to 100. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of us. So I had to throw that in there. But with all that being said, man, that does it for another episode of the B-Ball Jones podcast, the very first one of 2023. So hope y'all appreciate it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment. Drop down in the comments. Let us know something that you learned from 2022 that 2022 taught y'all. And then after that, let us know what y'all plan to do in 2023. What are your big goals for 2023? So we eager to hear both of them. So drop down in the comments and let us know. Be sure to follow Brian on all social medias at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on all social media platforms. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at NellyH34, on IG at Nelson.Haskin, and you can follow me in my name on Facebook. We keep the conversation going over there. So, with that being said, man, without further ado, thank you guys once again for listening. We appreciate y'all rocking with us for the past year, for the whole year 2022. 2022 is the first full calendar year we put out an episode every single week. So we appreciate y'all for rocking with us for that, man. This is all big for us. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed it. And yeah, man, be sure to like, subscribe. And without further ado, we out.